In a quiet village nestled between stony hills and olive groves, there lived a respected tailor named Malachi. He was known for his craftsmanship. His tunics lasted years, and his cloaks rarely tore. People came from nearby towns just to have him, sew their garments. One morning, a young man named Ezra entered Malachi's shop. He was newly married and eager to start his life with purpose. Clutching an old cloak given to him by his father, he said, "Master Malachi, I tore my father's cloak while working in the vineyard. Can you patch it for me?" Malachi gently took the cloak, held it up to the light, and sighed. The fabric was worn brittle and discolored by years of sun and sweat. "I could patch this," he said thoughtfully, "but if I use new cloth, it'll shrink when it's washed and tear the old fabric worse than before." Ezra blinked. "So what should I do?" The old man smiled. "Let it be. Save it as a memory. But for working in the vineyard, let me make you something new. A fresh tunic, strong and durable, one that suits the life you're building now." Ezra nodded slowly, unsure but respectful. He left the old cloak behind and ordered a new one. Later that day, Ezra visited his friend Nathan, a winemaker. Nathan was preparing wines for the upcoming festival. He had large clay jars of newly fermented wine, bubbling and vibrant with life. "Are you going to store all that in your old wineskins?" Ezra asked. Nathan laughed. "Of course not. That wine would burst those old skins. They've already stretched and dried. New wine needs new skins. It's still fermenting and needs room to expand." Ezra paused, something clicking in his mind. That's what Malachi said about the cloak. Nathan raised an eyebrow. "What do you mean?" Ezra explained the tailor's advice. As he spoke, he realized something deeper was unfolding. Not just about cloaks and wineskins, but about life. That evening, Ezra sat alone under a fig tree, staring at the sky. He remembered how hard he had tried to fix things in his life by clinging to old habits, old traditions, old ways of thinking. Even as he tried to build something new, then he remembered something he'd heard Jesus say to a crowd a few days ago. No one sews a patch of unshrunk cloth on an old garment, and no one puts new wine into old wineskins. Ezra finally understood. Jesus wasn't talking about wine or clothes. He was talking about people, about change. You can't fit a new life into old thinking. You can't pour God's Spirit into a heart still clinging to pride, bitterness, or empty rituals. A new way of living requires a new heart, flexible and willing to grow. Ezra got up heart full, ready to embrace the life ahead. Not by patching up the past, but by starting fresh with new wineskins. Light bulb moral of the story. God doesn't want to patch your old life. He wants to give you a new one. True transformation can't fit into old mindsets, traditions, or systems. To receive what God is doing, we must become new vessels, ready for new wine.